Hi, welcome to our channel Top Link. This is a Reddit thread from 3 years ago, discussing asymmetry. The top user says, imagine in a few years when we can make photorealistic videos from just a few sentences. Air is crazy. He gets downvoted and the reply comment laughs at him, saying that it's not going to happen in our lifetime. Our great-grandkids might have such technology. Well, 3 years later and it's here.
It is a beautiful drone shot. The kind of video that you might see in a travel video, right? Except it's not real. There is no drone. There is no camera. You can't travel because the video was generated by AI. It's from a new tool just announced a few hours ago by OpenAI called Sora. All it takes is typing in a short text, a prompt, and in minutes it spits out a 60-second video clip of pretty much anything you can imagine.
Over the past few days, you've probably heard and seen Sora, a new tool by OpenAI that turned text into photorealistic video. It's not perfect, but it's a large step up from what we've seen before. But what most people don't know is that Sora can do more than just create videos from scratch. It can combine separate videos into one scene, animate still images, modify an on-air video seamlessly depending on the user prompt, and much more, which we'll get into later. In this video, we will discuss about what Sora can do, how Google accidentally made this possible, and saw its limitations. So first up, what can OpenAI's newest model do? I'll show you some examples, including some new ones that have just been released by those with early access. Note that all the cutscenes, camera angles, movement, all quote-unquote creative choices of the AI, if you want to call it that. Videos can be up to a minute long and in 1080p resolution. Okay, so cool. It makes videos. But to understand the context here, as Marcus Brownlee pointed out, this is a viral clip of where text-to-AI video was a year ago. But even the state-of-the-art now is nowhere near close. I tested the same props on Runway ML, and here are the results. The difference with Sora is it's coherent. Previous video AI systems have a characteristic morphing quality as the video progresses. With Sora, that's vastly reduced or gone altogether. Objects remain stable even when obscured by things in the foreground. It's a much more robust system. But not only this, Sora can animate images such as cartoons of this Shiba Inu dog. We've seen stuff similar to this in research since 2019, but what is new is the ability to combine two videos together in one scene. Let's take a look at that. It can also simultaneously make up different camera angles of a single scene with just one prompt. Okay, so how did they do it? Well, I'm not going to spend much time here, but basically Sora is based off similar tech to Open as DALL-E 3. Google's involvement in how Sora was built is kind of interesting. Back in 2017, Google invented something called a transformer architecture, and they published their findings on it. You don't need to know exactly what that means, but a transformer is basically something that makes it better at generating text. OpenAI would build on Google's tech to create their own text models. The eventual result was ChatGPT. But later on, Google noticed something strange. They modified the transformer not just to find patterns in text, but patterns in videos too. And it worked really well. OpenAI saw that and said, "Thank you very much," and ran with the idea. After some tinkering, they would release Sora. So how is Sora trained? There's no public info on the training data, but OpenAI did partner with Shutterstock last year, so there's a wealth of copyright-free data for the AI to chew on, and that might be a clue. So this is cool and all. But before we get ahead of ourselves, what are some limitations? While these videos look good, aside from the cherry-picked examples and a handful of selected public pieces, we can't get a full grasp of how robust the system is. And I do want to stress that point, we don't know the full picture of its capabilities, although I have to say, even the failures look cool. For example, this man on a treadmill, it looks like something I'd see a VFX artist in 2012 post as part of his demo. Its creators say Sora has trouble distinguishing between left and right and also struggles with some logical concepts and causal relationships. For example, this chair morphing from the sand and subsequently floating. It's a complete failure, but it is still cool in a surrealist way, in my opinion. Another limitation is that for now to generate such videos requires huge compute power. So Sora isn't perfect now, but if we extrapolate a couple of years and the failure rate of unrealistic output drops, what then? What happens when this technology becomes democratized beyond the boundaries of just OpenAI? If all probably thought of some implications of this, one is the reduced need for stock footage. But of course, an obvious thing people love to gravitate towards is misinformation and fake news. People using AI to create events that never happened. We've already seen this with AI images when they were brand new. But if it's now video, will there be issues with law enforcement? Forensic video experts may face challenges in distinguishing between genuine and fabricated or modified video evidence. Criminals may also deny video evidence. They could claim that the implicating footage was generated. These issues require the development of new standards for verifying video authenticity. I'll expand on this in a second. But on the positive side, tools like Sora make it easier for creatives to tell stories. Videographers might be sweating because it gives a similar capacity to those who have never picked up a camera. That being said, it's not as cut and dry as videographers disappearing overnight, so there will always be a need for them in certain situations, like if you're filming a particular event or people. But the future could turn out something like this. The higher tier of videographers that do custom work will remain, but the lowest rung that take out their cameras just to film something for stock footage purposes or things of that nature will start to see their work be impacted. Again, it's not now, but we can see the trajectory in a couple of years. For example, although hard data is scarce to come by, anecdotal evidence suggests tools like Midjourney are already having an impact for those in the graphic artist industry. Tools like Sora could have a strange effect on human psychology. Other people have probably noticed it too, but we called it AI fatigue. In just 3 years, AI technology has advanced exponentially, with OpenAI's Sora leading the charge in generating photorealistic videos from text prompts. While Sora showcases remarkable potential, it's crucial to acknowledge its limitations and consider the societal impacts. Join us as we explore the implications and solutions in the next part of our journey into the world of AI-generated content on Top Link.